Last night I walked out of a cinema completely stoned. Except I didn't touch a drink or a drug. I went for a 72-hour fast. The problem is I did the one mistake I was specifically told not to make. I wanted to try a 72-hour water fast for a very long time now, but I always postponed it. Then one day I decided that I wanted to reset my immune system and get rid of the freeloader fungi that was stuck to my toenails for more than 1 year. So one day I just started, with very little preparation and even fewer research, David Goggins style. And the fungi did not see that coming. And before this attempt to 3 days, I only did intermittent fasting for a couple of years. I had my last meal on a Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Then in the morning I had lemon water with a teaspoon of honey. And as soon as I drank it, I realized that honey breaks the fast. So after 11 hours with no food, I reset the timer. For the next 3 days, I had a lot of water with electrolytes, Celtic salt, and herbal tea. Day 1 was the toughest. Being used to breakfast and lunch, when I crossed noon, my gut knew there was something wrong and started being louder than usual. And to make things worse, I forgot that the first day of fasting coincided with a scheduled lunch I had with some friends, which I went to anyway, and I sat sipping 2 espressos and some sparkling water. And this was mistake number 1, because after lunch I felt high. Since on an empty stomach, then on a body filled with adrenaline and cortisol, I introduced 2 espressos straight in, and they kicked me from the inside straight away. The first night I struggled to sleep the most. The body was heating up in the belly and in the chest, while the hands and the feet were extremely cold. I went to bed at 9 p.m. and I couldn't fall asleep until 11:30. I was just rolling in bed. Then I woke up again at 3:40 and I couldn't fall asleep again until 4:10. And then again I woke up at 6:30, not rested but exhausted. And then I crossed the 25th hour. On day 2, even Claude stopped cooperating. I kept asking things I was slightly concerned about because it was the first time I was feeling these sensations. And Claude said, consider consulting a specialist, and didn't want to respond to me anymore, to the point that I had to start a new chat if I wanted to keep asking questions about fasting for 72 hours. I had a lump sensation in the throat, dizziness, low energy, problems falling asleep, and a bit of diarrhea. The lesson here was don't overdo with the electrolytes. Coincidentally, this is the day I finished reading Everything's Fucked from Mark Manson, which was a perfect match with the situation I felt I was stuck in. This was also the last day I went to the bathroom, because after this nothing else came out apart from pee. On day 3, the clarity I was told about started, and everything, every background noise, every thought that is here occupying and distracting you disappeared. It was just silence. I could focus non-stop on things, apart from the fact that doing anything was an extreme investment of energy, and every single action had to be a conscious one, including lifting a pan and moving the tripod and the camera around. I have no idea how wild animals go through life in nature. The main problem, I think, is that the body made the switch from glucose to fat and ketones, but there is no fat to draw energy from. But inflammation reduced a lot. The pain in my shoulder completely disappeared. The skin cleared completely. This day I felt a lot of discomfort, to the point I was thinking, am I doing the right thing here? Should I stop? But then I went on to the 3rd day, and here everything I could think about was food. And I got to the point where I started thinking everything I would have eaten the moment the fast stopped. Little did I know that would have turned into mistake number 2. On the day I finished my fast, I broke it with a bit of lemon water and a touch of honey, and that felt good. Then I waited for 1 hour and had a banana, followed by a small fruit salad with a bit of coconut yogurt. And I put avocado as well in there, which is fat and maybe should have been prevented, but it was delicious. It was already too much for the stomach. I actually got advice to start with some broth, but it got digested well. This wasn't the mistake though, this was the appetizer. Because mistake number 2 would have shown up 11 hours after I broke my fast. For lunch, I went on cooking some roasted vegetables, a bit of quinoa, and some lentils with parsley, and I made a small portion of it. Then, longing to fulfill a 3-day dream, I booked a solo date eating pizza. And let me tell you, that was fantastic. I think it took me 1 hour to eat it. I was savoring every single bite, chewing at least 100 times, enjoying the food in my mouth in a way that words couldn't describe. And then, we are approaching the mistake here, I went to the cinema watching The Odyssey, and this was not the mistake in itself, because regardless of the inner conflict I felt, I still love good cinema. And little did I know, the body was already trying to cover up for my mistake. My gastrointestinal tract was rumbling throughout all the movie. But then when I came out of the cinema, that's when I was presented with a check. I came out of the cinema and I felt stoned. I was looking around in slow motion, thinking the whole world around me was lagging. Because the pizza wasn't the wisest choice on breaking a fast. And I was given this advice, but I chose not to listen because I was craving pizza too much. Imagine that for 3 days the body's functions have slowed down so much that the pancreas doesn't have to produce insulin anymore. And if you don't know, insulin is that thing which the only purpose is to take sugar and transport it inside of the cell. And there is none around. And then you stop your fast and you progressively introduce more food until you drop the heavy load. Imagine you raise the volume knob from 0 to 100 and then you wake up the pancreas with a spoon and a pot. And when he's still asleep, you drop it on a rolling treadmill. And now he has to run as fast as he can while he's still opening his eyes, while he has to flood the body with as much insulin as possible. And in the meantime, the stomach is drawing blood from all over the body, including the brain. And that's why all in a sudden you can't spell your name backward anymore. Note for next time, start slower, or at least kinder. I highly recommend fasting to anybody, and even if it's not 3 days, you can make it 1 day and still get some benefits out of it. But make sure you take some time off while you do it. It's very easy to faint and fall face down on something or somebody. Drink a lot and make sure you are kind to your body when you break the fast. If you want to deepen your knowledge and your understanding on how to create the best possible body for yourself and for the next generation, I have a newsletter and the link is in the description. I'll see you in the next video.